The RMS Titanic, a ship of dreams, a ship of tragedy. In this video, we'll explore the complete history of the Titanic, from its construction to its catastrophic fate. Construction and launch. The RMS Titanic was built at the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast, Ireland, over a period of 3 years. From 1909 to 1912, the ship's construction was a massive undertaking, requiring the labor of thousands of workers and the use of cutting-edge technology. The Titanic was designed to be the largest and most luxurious ship in the world, measuring over 882 feet long and 92 feet wide. The ship's hull was constructed with a double bottom design and 16 watertight compartments, which were intended to make it unsinkable. The Titanic was launched on May 31, 1911, in a grand ceremony attended by Lord Purry, chairman of the Harland and Wolff board, and J. Bruce Ismay, managing director of the White Star Line. The launch was a significant milestone in the ship's construction, marking the beginning of the final stages of fitting out and preparation for its maiden voyage. Maiden voyage. The RMS Titanic's maiden voyage began on April 10, 1912, when the ship set sail from Southampton, England, bound for New York City. The voyage was highly anticipated, with many of the world's wealthiest and most prominent people on board, including millionaires, politicians, and royalty. The ship's crew, led by Captain Edward Smith, was experienced and confident, having spent years working on the White Star Line's other ships. As the Titanic sailed out of Southampton, it stopped at Cherbourg, France, and Queenstown, Ireland, before heading west across the Atlantic. On board, passengers enjoyed the ship's luxurious amenities, including elaborate dining rooms, luxurious staterooms, and even a swimming pool and gym. The atmosphere was festive, with many passengers attending parties and social events. However, despite the excitement and luxury, the voyage was marked by a sense of unease, as the ship received warnings of icebergs in the area. Iceberg strike. On the night of April 14, 1912, disaster struck the Titanic when it struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic Ocean. The ship, traveling at a speed of around 22 knots, received a warning of ice ahead, but it was too late to avoid the collision. At 11:40 p.m., the Titanic's lookout spotted the iceberg, and despite efforts to turn the ship, it struck the iceberg on its starboard side. The collision caused significant damage to the ship's hull, but it was not immediately apparent how severe the damage was. However, as the crew began to inspect the damage, it became clear that the Titanic was taking on water at an alarming rate. The ship's watertight compartments were not designed to handle the amount of water pouring in, and the crew soon realized that the Titanic was doomed. The iceberg strike marked the beginning of the end for the Titanic, and it would eventually lead to one of the deadliest maritime disasters in history. Sinking and aftermath. The Titanic's sinking was a catastrophic and chaotic event that unfolded over several hours. After striking the iceberg, the ship's crew attempted to save it, but the damage was too extensive. As the water poured in, the crew sent out distress signals, but they were too far from land to receive timely assistance. Panic began to set in among the passengers, and the crew's attempts to load lifeboats were hindered by a lack of preparation and training. As the ship sank, hundreds of passengers and crew were left stranded on the sinking vessel, with many forced to jump into the freezing waters. The Titanic finally slipped beneath the surface at 2:20 a.m. on April 15, 1912, taking over 1,500 lives with it. The aftermath was marked by widespread grief and outrage, with investigations and recriminations following in the months and years ahead. The survivors, many of whom had lost loved ones, were left to pick up the pieces and try to make sense of the tragedy. The sinking of the Titanic sent shockwaves around the world, leading to major changes in maritime safety regulations and practices. Investigation and legacy. The sinking of the Titanic led to a comprehensive investigation by the British and American governments, which revealed a series of errors and oversights that contributed to the disaster. The investigation highlighted the importance of safety measures, such as adequate lifeboats, watertight subdivision, and wireless telegraphy. The Titanic's legacy extends far beyond the tragedy itself, serving as a catalyst for major changes in maritime safety regulations and practices. The disaster led to the implementation of the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea Solis in 1914, which mandated safety measures such as lifeboat drills, wireless telegraphy, and iceberg detection. The Titanic's legacy also includes numerous memorials, museums, and cultural works, ensuring that the tragedy is remembered and honored. Today, the Titanic story continues to captivate audiences worldwide, serving as a poignant reminder of the importance of safety, innovation, and responsible progress. The wreckage, discovered in 1985, has become a protected historical site, preserving the memory of the Titanic and its passengers for generations to come. Wreckage discovery. On September 1st, 1985, a French-American expedition led by Dr. Robert Ballard discovered the Titanic's wreckage on the ocean floor, approximately 12,500 feet below the surface. The team used advanced sonar and submersible technology to locate and explore the wreckage, which was found to be remarkably well preserved. The discovery of the Titanic's wreckage provided a unique opportunity for scientists and historians to study the ship's final moments and gain a deeper understanding of the disaster. Conclusion. The story of the Titanic serves as a poignant reminder of the power of human innovation and the importance of safety and responsible progress. From its construction to its tragic fate, the Titanic's history is a fascinating and cautionary tale that continues to captivate audiences worldwide. The Titanic's legacy extends far beyond the tragedy itself, influencing maritime safety regulations, inspiring cultural works, and preserving the memory of the passengers and crew who lost their lives. The discovery of the wreckage has allowed us to remember and honor the Titanic story, ensuring that its lessons will never be forgotten.